Hey everyone, how's it going? If you love your cat and want to make sure they're happy and healthy, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you 7 clear signs that your cat is unhappy, and pay attention. Never ignore these signs. It can make all the difference in your kitty's quality of life. Before we start, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and leave a like, because I'm sure this content will help you a lot in understanding your cat's behavior. And stay until the end, because I'm going to give you an extra tip, a real secret weapon to improve your feline's well-being. Don't go anywhere. Number 1. Changes in appetite. How does this affect your cat? Now let's move on to the first sign. Changes in appetite. This is one of the first indicators that something might be wrong with your cat. If you notice that they're eating more than usual, or on the contrary, eating much less, or even suddenly stopped eating, it could be a reflection of various situations, from stress to more serious health problems. Cats are known for their sensitivity, and any change in appetite can be a sign that their environment or health is being affected in some way. It's important to remember that cats can be very reserved when it comes to showing discomfort or pain. Often they don't show clear signs that something is wrong until the problem becomes more serious. If your cat starts eating less or shows disinterest in food, it could indicate issues such as dental pain, digestive system changes, or even more serious conditions like kidney problems or diabetes. Additionally, stress can also cause a loss of appetite, especially if your cat is going through changes in their environment, such as moving to a new home, the arrival of another pet, or even changes in their daily routine. On the other hand, an increase in appetite may be a sign that your cat is trying to compensate for a health condition, such as hyperthyroidism, diabetes, or even intestinal parasites. These disorders can cause your cat to feel constantly hungry, even after eating. So, what should you do if you notice a change in your cat's appetite? The most important thing is not to ignore this change, even if it seems small at first. Pay close attention to their behavior and keep an eye out for other signs, such as changes in weight, energy levels, or overall behavior, as this can help identify if something more serious is going on. If the problem persists for more than 24 to 48 hours, it's highly recommended to consult a vet for a thorough evaluation. And remember, each cat is unique, and what is normal for one may not be for another. So, if your cat's eating habits change significantly, consulting a specialist is always the best choice. Have you ever had a similar situation with your cat? How did they react to changes in appetite? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Sometimes sharing stories can help other pet owners recognize similar behaviors and find the best solution for the well-being of our felines. Number 2. More aggressive or shy behavior. Now, let's talk about the second sign you can't ignore: more aggressive or excessively shy behavior. This is something many cats experience when they're unhappy, and it's a behavioral change. That can be a clear sign something isn't right. Cats, by nature, are animals that value their space and independence, but when something disrupts their emotional or physical balance, they may react in unexpected ways. If your cat starts showing aggression, like scratching more, biting, or even becoming more territorial, it could be a reflection of feeling threatened or stress. Stress can be caused by a variety of factors, such as changes in the environment, new members in the house, other pets or people, or even a lack of stimulation and interaction. Aggression can also be a way for the cat to try to protect itself, as it doesn't know how to handle the discomfort or frustration it's feeling. On the other hand, if your cat becomes excessively shy, hides more than usual, or avoids interacting with you or even other family members, that's also a big warning sign that something is wrong. In more severe cases, this could indicate feline depression, which is a real condition affecting many cats. Feline depression can arise from significant changes in a cat's environment, such as the loss of a companion, human or animal, moving to a new home, or even a lack of attention and affection. When a cat becomes depressed, it may isolate itself, lose interest in activities it normally enjoys, and even become apathetic or less active. It's important to understand that these behaviors are not just signs of a bad mood, but can be symptoms of deeper emotional or physical problems. Cats don't have the ability to verbalize their emotions like we do, so they end up showing their discomfort through changes in behavior. So, what can you do if you notice that your cat is more aggressive or shy than usual? The first step is to observe the context and try to identify if there's a specific trigger for this change, like the introduction of a new pet in the house, a change in routine, or an alteration in their environment. If the behavior persists or worsens, it's always important to seek help from a vet or even an animal behavior specialist. Often, aggression or isolation are signs that something is out of balance, and a professional can help understand the situation better and offer solutions. Have you seen your cat act this way? How does your cat usually react when they're angry or feeling sad? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what your feline does in these situations. Let's exchange experiences and learn together how to help our cats feel better and happier. Number 3. Excessive meowing or total silence. Now let's talk about the third sign. Excessive meowing, or on the other hand, total silence. Both can be indicators that something isn't right with your cat, and it's important to know how to interpret these behaviors. First, let's talk about excessive meowing. Cats normally meow to communicate with us, whether it's to ask for food, attention, or to express their physical and emotional needs. However, when a cat starts meowing more than usual, it could be a sign of discomfort or distress. A significant increase in meowing can indicate that the cat is trying to express something it's feeling, such as pain, frustration, or anxiety. For example, a cat that feels insecure or stressed may meow more to get its owner's attention or seek comfort. Additionally, cats experiencing health problems such as abdominal pain or any kind of discomfort may increase their vocalization as a way of asking for help. On the other hand, total silence is also an important sign. If you're normally vocal, cat suddenly becomes quieter and stops meowing like it usually does. It could be its way of dealing with a problem it's facing. Silence may indicate that the cat is trying to isolate itself or protect itself from a situation that's causing stress or fear. In cases of more serious conditions, such as feline depression, a cat may stop meowing altogether, becoming apathetic, and showing little interest in interacting with its surroundings. It's important to note that meowing or silence behavior can vary depending on the cat's personality. Some cats are naturally more vocal, while others are quieter. So, any significant change in their vocalization pattern should be closely monitored. So, what should you do if you notice your cat is meowing excessively, or on the contrary, is completely silent? The first thing to do is try to understand the context. An increase in meowing could be related to changes in the environment, stress, or health problems. If the cat stops meowing or is unusually quiet, it may be a sign that it's trying to deal with physical or emotional discomfort. In both cases, it's important to observe your cat's behavior in other areas, such as eating habits, activity level, and social interactions. If you notice the change in vocalization persists, or if you can't identify a clear reason, the best option is to consult a vet to make sure there isn't a more serious health or emotional issue at play. Cats may not be as obvious about their feelings, but meowing or total silence are forms of communication that should be taken seriously. Pay attention to these signs and remember that often what they are trying to say is that something isn't right. Have you noticed your cat meowing more than usual or becoming unusually quiet? How do you deal with these changes in their behavior? Let me know in the comments. Let's share our experiences to better understand what our cats are trying to communicate. Number 4. Abandoned personal hygiene. Now let's talk about the fourth sign, abandoned personal hygiene. If your cat stops grooming itself or starts to show a more relaxed grooming routine, this is a big red flag that something isn't right. As we know, cats are extremely clean animals by nature and spend a significant amount of time grooming themselves. They lick themselves to stay clean, regulate their body temperature, and even relieve stress. When a cat starts neglecting this grooming routine, it could be a sign of various problems, both emotional and physical. One of the reasons a cat may stop grooming itself is stress. When cats are in uncomfortable situations or feel threatened, they may stop caring for their fur as they normally would. Stress can come from changes in the environment, such as the introduction of a new pet or person into the house, moving to a new home, or even a lack of stimulation or interaction with their owner. Avoiding grooming could be the cat's way of expressing its emotional discomfort, a way of isolating itself, or coping with distress. Additionally, a lack of grooming can be a clear sign that the cat is dealing with physical pain or discomfort. Diseases or conditions affecting a cat's mobility, such as arthritis, joint problems, or injuries, can make grooming difficult. The cat may feel pain when trying to reach certain parts of its body to lick, causing it to avoid grooming as a way to protect itself from the pain. Dental issues can also interfere with the cat's grooming habits, as it may feel pain when trying to clean around its mouth or face. Another factor to consider is the cat's age. Older cats may begin to neglect grooming due to age-related physical conditions, such as decreased flexibility or health problems affecting their energy and stamina. However, even in older cats, a lack of grooming should still be a sign that something needs to be investigated, such as chronic pain or an underlying illness. If you notice that your cat is neglecting its grooming, it's important to observe if there are other signs of discomfort, such as loss of appetite, changes in behavior, difficulty moving, or even changes in its fur, like becoming matted or dirty. If the issue persists, or if you notice your cat is showing other signs of pain or discomfort, it's essential to seek guidance from a vet. Personal hygiene is one of the ways cats maintain their physical and emotional health. When they start neglecting it, it could be a clear sign that something isn't right and requires attention. Remember that although cats are independent animals, they still need care and attention, especially when they're dealing with something that affects their well-being. Have you noticed your cat neglecting grooming or personal hygiene? How does it react in stressful or uncomfortable situations? Let me know in the comments. Let's share experiences and learn together how to help our cats feel better and more comfortable. Number 5. Loss of interest in play and interaction. Fifth sign. Loss of interest in playing or interacting. You know that energy your cat has when you grab its favorite toy? Well, if it starts losing interest in those activities it loves, that's a red flag that something is wrong. It could be that your cat is feeling sad, bored, or even suffering from a physical problem that's preventing it from playing as usual. Engagement. Tip. So, does your cat love to play, or is it more laid back? What toys make it excited? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn more about your feline. Number 6. Change in behavior. When using the litter box. Now, the sixth sign is very important. A change in behavior when using the litter box. If your cat starts avoiding the litter box, or urinating or defecating outside of it, this can be a big sign of stress. Cats don't do this on purpose, so if your cat refuses to use the litter box or is having difficulty, it's time to investigate. It could be a health issue or something related to the environment, such as the box being poorly cleaned or poorly located. Number 7. Destructive behavior. And the seventh sign is destructive behavior. If your cat has started destroying furniture, clothes, or anything it didn't touch before, this could be a sign of anxiety or frustration. Cats are intelligent animals, and when they aren't well, they may try to express that in destructive ways. But be careful, this doesn't mean they're doing it on purpose. It could be a cry for help, asking you to notice something's wrong. Engagement. Tip. Has your cat ever been destructive? How did you handle it? Share your experiences with us in the comments. So everyone, did you spot any of these signs in your cat? If you noticed any of them, don't ignore them. The most important thing is always to observe their behavior and act with care and attention. Your cat deserves the best, and our role is to make sure they live a happy and healthy life. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and leave a like, because I always bring amazing tips to improve your pet's life. And if you know someone who has a cat, share this video with them. This information can really help. Oh, and before I finish, I promised an extra tip, right? I'll leave a video here in the cards about how to improve your cat's environment so they feel more secure and happy at home. So click here and check it out. Big hug, and see you in the next video. Bye.